Hello and welcome back to the Iron Lung podcast with me, Leo.
And me, Aspage.
And me, Leoff, as well.
And me, Luke.
And we haven't really worked out a way to include Luke into that yet, have we? Let's try that again.
We do now.
Yeah, we'll try it again. Hello and welcome to the Iron Lung podcast. My name's Leo.
My name's Luke.
What, you've ruined it,
Right, fuck this. Right, Leoff, Aspage, Sook. Right, we fucking done it. Right, fucking
Where's
hell.
Leo?
Yeah. And today we are kindly joined by
Honestly,
one of
Mothman.
a kind Mothman. We're kindly joined by the one of a kind Ollie Hussey from Accrington that lives down south because his accent's very southern, even though he's from Accrington. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Anyway,
No.
Do you want to tell the
I'm
folk
an
at home?
enigma.
You are an enigma.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell?
Enigma.
Yeah, like your ligma. Is that what you just said? Fuck's sake. Do you want to
Lick my balls.
Do you want to tell the people at home who you are, what you're about?
My name's
that don't
Ollie. I'm 20 years old. I'm about everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm just one of them people that when I'm looking about and just seeing the colours in the world and just appreciating the good things.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said.
Thanks.
But what do you do?
Well, currently I'm unemployed and I've dropped out of uni. So I sit in my bed all day and think about what I've done.
Like that Linkin Park song.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Man's numb.
what Ollie should have said is that Ollie is an extraordinary musician. He is now the drummer of St. Michael.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
We got him.
I'm glad to be
We're
back.
Do you not?
slowly getting all of St. Michael on the podcast, like
Yeah.
one by one.
Isn't it been on yet?
Nick
No.
sat there once.
Yeah, he's
Ah.
the one.
Yeah.
Well done him.
He sorry. Sorry.
The moth is in me.
The moth is in me, bro.
Sorry.
What I was going to say. So we actually, I don't know if you watched the last episode we did with the Ruby Tuesdays, but
I
we,
watched it, yeah,
we
no.
basically said that we was going to kidnap your family until you joined.
What have you got so far?
None of them because you agreed
That's
before we
poor
got
from
to
you,
that
mate.
stage.
That's poor from you. At least get Mary. She's
No,
well helpless. She's like 80.
Yeah, shagger. And then
Dirty as fuck. You
he's
probably will as well.
also the co-founder of Escapades.
Yep.
And the ever elusive Ollie Hussey, and we have actually advertised one of your solo tracks. What are you doing on this podcast before?
One of his bum nits has escaped.
Oh yeah, skip. I heard from
Get back in.
I heard from a friend of a friend that you had bum nits.
Yeah, so I had to get full on nair on my ass and yeah.
It's a bit chilly down there.
Ollie and Nick giving me.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they? In what sort of
In his sleep.
establishment?
Poured him in.
It wasn't any kind of real establishment. It was
Outdoors.
the car. The
He
cardboard.
did it and
box.
go outdoors.
Then
He
he'd
didn't
stop
go
coughing.
outdoors on the climbing wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went in there for a tent.
Came out
Come out bum nits.
Came with more than I bargained for. So, yeah.
Cool. Right. So before we go any further with this episode, I've got two things to show. Obviously, the first one is beer of the week, which is kindly brought to us today by Luke. Even though I am drinking Northern Monk Faith right now, we have got a blonde from left. Is this a left blonde? Blonde from left? One of them?
Oh, everyone likes a dirty blonde.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
you know how it is. So we're going to enjoy that today. So before we crack that out, though, we have a gift on the show from our good. Oh my God! I need to stop coughing. Our good friend Johnny Lindsay, who was on a couple of weeks ago.
Big up Johnny Lindsay. There you go.
Johnny fucking Lindsay, and
He did paint this straight after his episode, and it's been sat in my room since because I haven't been on yet, have I? So, but it's here now. So thank you very much, Johnny. You're an absolute star.
Thank you, Johnny.
I am going to show this to the camera now. Obviously, there will be people listening on Spotify, and there will be people listening to on Apple Music. Do you want to try and explain?
I think Ollie should.
Right.
Okay. For all the people listening at home, it's
Explain that.
it's on a. Oh my mate, that's beautiful. I think it's some sort of monkey orgy with some beer involved. Is that a drill down there at
It's
the
a
bottom?
gun.
It's a gun.
BB gun.
Oh yeah, I get it.
It says Big
Big
Lips
lips.
Gun.
Nice. Yeah, it's just everyone's like Burt Hairy. Harry Potter's involved.
That's me, bro.
It's on a nice blue background, and it says the Iron Lung podcast on it.
So
It's
I
very
am
nice.
going to show that.
One of my favourite pieces.
Mate, I think
is
you've given that to me as well.
I'm going to show that to the camera. I'm
One of
really
the best
sorry
pieces
for the,
about
for the
that
coffee.
is that everyone's got the name on the chest except for Lewis because they didn't know Lewis's name and it just
All
just says all that. in the top corner.
I've got an amphibian.
It
on
also
my
says
throat.
1 of 1 on the back of it, so you know it's the real deal. Yeah.
Oh, that's legit.
We know it's the
that,
real
isn't it?
deal.
Yeah.
We know it's the real deal. We need to get a frame.
It
for
says 13th of June 2021. That's when he drew it, and it is now.
This is 9th of September.
Yeah, man. We're like 3 months
Something
out
like
of
that.
date.
Yeah.
Man.
Of the date of recording, obviously, when you
Is it
see
the
this,
9th?
it's gonna be the 8th. But
Wait,
no,
for
Close
June?
enough.
13th of June.
It really was.
Yeah, it was
That's a
that
long-
long ago, but
long
yeah,
time
it's
ago.
a banger.
During the
it's
Euros
getting
madness.
framed, so that'll get framed soon and be put up behind us.
Jesus Christ.
This cough is pretty much gone, and then it's all just started again. Like
It's this
No.
dusty
Susie
ass
Price
asbestos
plays as
room,
well.
innit?
Nah, this is lovely.
Nah, it's a beautiful space.
I like the decor in here, to be fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
you was here when we fucking not
Oh,
this
yeah.
bit.
Well, not the Iron Lung
No,
thing.
no, it didn't look like this when you was last in the
No,
room.
no, it was.
It looked more like Chernobyl.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah.
It didn't look like shit,
Yeah.
but- Right, and I might as well just introduce the fucking beer as well. Luke, do you want to tell
You
us a
did
little
that
bit
already.
about fucking Left Bad Boy? Yeah, but I'm gonna pour
Um,
it. While I pour it, you keep him entertained. George, you have card keys?
Pass that over to
Don't
Lee
put
off.
chair over there.
What can you really say about Left that hasn't already been said? It's a brilliant Belgian beer. Is it Belgian? Just
Probably.
check. Fact check that, bro. No, I think everyone likes Left. It's one of my favourite tipples. It's a
It's a bit of a
nice
classic,
treat.
isn't it?
And I like
Yeah.
the blonde more than I like the brown, but I do like the brown as well. But yeah,
Gotta be
The
equal
brunette.
on that.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Equal rights for beers.
But yeah, it pours well.
You're blocking the camera. What do you mean?
Innit? Good
Uh,
view there, aren't you guys?
And yeah, well, I'll let Ollie do a bit of a taste and
Yeah, go on then,
sensations.
Right, so I'm going in for the nose.
The smell of that.
I'll have the Stella glass.
Nose wise,
we're bougie.
it's smells a bit like a blonde beer.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I
It's
think
kind
you're
of
right.
it's got a bit of citrus vibes from
Yeah.
from the nose.
Not many people know this, but I actually wrote a song about this beer back in 2018 called Citrus,
Is that what it was about?
and
That's a good tune.
I
Well, that's
didn't
very
really
nice
write
and
about this
smooth.
beer, but
Lovely smooth.
lovely smooth,
Yeah. that's
lovely bubbly.
Bubbly jubbly.
But it is. It's just a nice beer.
Yes.
But they did have also triple Carmelite in Tesco's the other day for like a fiver. And triple
Fiver.
Carmelite is amazing.
I wanted to bring the
I'm alright.
the Northern Monk, the chocolate porter one. Yeah, top it up.
The like biscuit chocolate.
Yeah. I've not had it before, so I wanted to.
Oh, I've got one in fridge as well. I've not had it yet.
What's that? The chocolate.
The
Northern-
Northern Star.
Chocolate biscuit. Something.
Yeah.
I've got the
They
best
did-
bit here.
They did one a Christmas one a while back, and many had it on tap, and it was called like Christmas
Whisper.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
But that was fucking amazing.
That's when
one of my favourite stouts. ever.
Santa comes in the middle of your room in the middle of the night and just licks your ear.
Checks if you've been naughty and nice. If you've got bum nits or not.
Yeah.
He's definitely got put this.
Oh, he's not getting a Christmas whisper this year.
So, Ollie, we're a big fan of beer, I'm sure. You actually are quite a big fan of beer.
You
as
actually
well.
are a beer.
Oh, yeah.
You actually are
You
a
got the
beer.
man himself.
Yeah,
It's Ollie Beer.
you had the joy of living like next to Tiny Rebel.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So, do you want to tell people on sort of your journey with beer and like sort of what beers you enjoy? What's your favourite beer?
Well, my journey with beer starts out at an interesting point because the first pint I ever had, I think, was a pint of, I think it was Hen Harrier, you know, the Bolden Brewery one.
Was that the first beer you've
That's the
ever
first
had?
pint I ever had.
Decent beer, that.
Yeah, because
First draft pint. First legal draft pint.
well, it was not legal because I was 14.
Don't say the establishment. Don't say the establishment you were in there.
Well, it was a home environment because it was
It was
at
a
Harris
mill.
Wilkinson's
That's good,
house.
Right, yeah. And
And,
what's the address that police know?
My,
Dox him. Dox him.
my man's got a bar in his front room.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Is it?
So so he's got in the corner. He's got like he's got 2 pumps, I think. No, he's got 1. And they get kegs in every now and then for like parties and stuff. So I think it was New Year's going into 2015.
God, you're
Good year. Good year.
It was a great year, great vintage.
Great vintage.
And yeah, so I was pouring pints for everybody else, and I thought,
Fuck it.
pint for you, old man, half for me, and I got flipping steaming.
Did you just say you had half for you and half for your old man?
No,
Is it your little
Hey,
jaw?
So
old
I was
man.
pouring
generic,
one for
generic old man.
like some random old guy that was there,
Yeah.
and then I poured
Santa.
half for me.
Poured him a bit. Like, there you go, old man.
You old geese. And yeah, so I got proper steaming off that. That was my first beer, and then from then on, I just started drinking real ale because that's just what I thought I liked.
Yeah.
And then I went off it for a bit, and just started drinking lager like a little degenerate,
Like a pure.
like a pube.
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
a pube,
Yeah,
like a bum nit.
yeah. I had a bit of Stella, bit of Budweiser in bottles,
Oh,
that sort of
yeah,
thing.
oh,
Yeah,
If you're
proper,
typical of
That
Chelsea
is
fan,
Carling-
proper
Carling
house
in a-
party drink,
Carling in a
innit?
lukewarm.
Bud,
I will not
Yeah.
disrespect Budweiser because I used to drink that.
It's
mate, I only
Fucking
ever have
days.
Budweiser if I'm at like a gaff because
Cheap as well, innit?
always
Big
stunt.
20
Yeah,
quid,
yeah.
innit? Easy.
Yeah, to be
going,
fair,
innit?
at uni,
Yeah.
no, at uni I started drinking Fosters, loads of
Yeah,
Fosters because it
right.
was the cheapest in Sainsbury's.
I once went on to the first when I just turned 18. I went on my first works Christmas do, right? And I, big man that I am, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a couple of free drinks. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I went to Tesco, bought 20 crate of fucking. It was like 24 crate of Budweiser. I was with my mate Sophie at the time. Shout out Sophie. She won't be watching it, but she exists.
Nobody
in the
does.
story.
Yeah.
And,
Is she canonically a part of the dental universe?
Yeah. She's,
The
it's all
Dental
canon, bro.
Cinematic Universe,
yeah. It's all canon, bro.
the DCU,
It was,
Mothman.
yeah. Mothman. Fuck off.
Mothman and the Nit.
I am the Mothman. And we
Love
was
that
like,
Beatles tune.
she got to mine and was like, shit, we've got to go in like fucking 30 minutes. So we
What'd you do?
polished the fucking whole box.
Nice.
24
30
quid.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's good going.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be
Mate,
like
I'll be
a-
well
an
gassy after
achievement.
that.
I know, yeah.
It was like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, like, and we had like 12 each.
Yeah.
And that was fucking, I don't know who did it. I think it was a straw in the bottle job.
Torpedo.
Shotgun,
Stroke
Yeah,
pedo.
just shotgun them.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not turning up fucking sober, so I fucking turns up to this fucking works too.
Absolutely
Absolutely
rattling.
fucking steaming.
Doing mum, yeah.
I got in my dad's car and he drops off, and I don't remember getting there. And then I
That's the
remember,
best way.
I remember like getting a drink from the bar and swiping and clearing all the glasses off the bar and smashing them all. I hope my cough isn't getting picked up too much. I'm really sorry. And then I had like this parsnip soup. I remember it being class, but I also remember like putting my head in it. Something daft.
Having a swim.
Mate, it was like roasted parsnip soup.
Very
It
good.
was
That sounds
sick.
beautiful.
It
That
was
sounds
like,
very nice.
New Year, like winter time as well.
That sounds like something my
Yeah, it
grandma
was
would
class.
make.
Yeah,
I would rate it.
I've
What year was this? Was this 2015 as well? Was this 2015?
This
or
is
was it
No, it
2016?
was,
like-
it has to be legal to
this would have been
20.
2017,
not
yeah.
2017.
Oh yeah.
2017,
Oh,
yeah.
18
So
and 2016. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
because
young,
you're
yeah,
2
yeah,
years above
yeah,
me.
No.
Yeah.
and yeah, and I've looked for that
beautiful.
parsnip suit ever since, and I just can't find it. But yeah,
Where was your Christmas?
Oh, wasn't it home made?
Fence Gate.
Well, go
Fence
fucking
Gate.
give him a bell. Get all that head chef. Like, oi.
Yeah, but
Sponsored by Fence Gate.
Yeah, this episode's sponsored
by
Fence
Parsnip
Gate.
Soup.
And then-
official endorsement of the Iron Lung podcast.
So we got Parsnip Soup of the week here, boys. Smells like fucking parsnip.
And then to end the night, I remember I really needed to be sick, so
Shocking.
I ran into the girls' bathroom, threw up all over my Doc Martens,
all
and
the bum knit suit.
all the bum knit soup, and
Oh.
yeah, I went home and I was fucked.
At least you chundered before you got home to bed. Like
Oh, mate. Yeah. That's
that's
the worst.
That's decent. And then you
Yeah.
didn't have to like have your head over the toilet bowl for the rest
I
of the night.
probably did though. to be
Well,
fair.
yeah.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
that was a good time. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. It was good fun. Right, I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball in here, boys.
All right.
It's inking it with Iron Lung. No, it's not. It's not inking it with Iron Lung. Ollie doesn't have any tattoos.
Yeah, it does.
Do you?
I've got one like the rim of my bumhole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
say Nits.
No, it says, mate, it was a long time ago I got it. It was some like Bible quote, I think.
What? All around the shrink to?
Yeah. It was something to do like Garden of Eden. I think that's what it was. It's like open up.
In the Garden of Eden.
I came to say I eat your bum.
It's fucking horrible. That shit.
No, what I was
Keep it
actually going to
PG.
do a curveball for. Ollie,
Yeah.
right. Imagine.
Oh fucking hell, you're early.
I know, that's what I'm saying, curveball. I'm just excited to hear it.
Oh, he's
Um,
not putting this in it. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm doing
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm doing it.
Alright,
I'm
alright,
doing it.
alright,
I'm doing
alright.
it.
Anticipation,
Yeah.
nah, Jesus.
Assume the position.
Imagine.
What wild animal have we got today?
Imagine, right, you're on a desert island,
Yeah.
right, and there is some bum nits coming for you.
Right.
Really big one, not the one,
Do you
not like.
remember do you remember Lost? Do you know, like the black smoke cloud?
No.
Imagine there's that many bum knits that
They look like a big
Swarm,
black
yeah.
smoke.
How big
cloud.
are they? They're sort of like,
Like,
They're still like
net
midget-sized,
sized,
but they're like
yeah.
red ants. They're like fire
Yeah,
ants.
but they're
so
like
like that.
the thing.
like
The
that,
thing is
yeah.
though, is
I've got it as well.
they've learnt to fly as well. Because
Ah,
obviously
right.
they breeded in
They've
Luke's
evolved,
arsehole.
yeah,
They've
they've
evolved in like a really
Stage
short
two
time.
complete
I'm studying them to this point, right?
Yeah.
I'm studying these bum nits and I just can't seem to understand why they evolve so fast. But they just fucking do. I'm looking at his arsehole every night. It's nasty. But imagine, right? You're on a
Starts
desert island.
consuming.
You're on a desert island and you're just chilling. But this swarm of bum nits are coming for you. Woo!
Right.
All around the fly.
So I can see them on the horizon, or they're already here.
No, they're coming. They're on the horizon,
Shit.
but do you know they've become
quick.
right clever as well. So
Yeah.
they've formed into a skull and crossbone sign, and they're coming at you like that.
Mate, this is
Bum
ominous.
Nits.
Pirate bum nits. Pirate.
Jolly Roger
At least they
Bumnits.
give you- At least they give you a warning.
Yeah, at least they give you a warning.
It's like, I mean, that's courteous. I've raised them right. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like, that's a funny looking cloud, and then just turn into a skull and crossbones. Like, oh fuck, it's bum nits.
yeah, it's bum nits.
Bumnits on the horizon.
Bumnits, dead ahead.
Now fetch me that bum nit. But you've been exposed to bum nits for a long time, obviously, looking at Luke's also a lot
Yeah,
like me.
yeah.
You're quite used to them. You're kind of like,
Yeah.
bum nits. I'll deal with them in 10 minutes. So,
Bumnits sounds like St Michael practice, that does.
so you're led there, just minding your own business, waiting
Yeah.
for the bum nits to come and invade your privacy. You've got your
Private
headphones
parts.
in. You've got your iPod shuffle clipped onto your dungarees.
Right, okay.
You have 5 tracks
Right.
on this desert island
Yeah.
EP that you can only listen to them for the rest of your life.
Oh.
What are those 5 tracks?
I reckon I press shuffle and I look across and the Bumnits are coming towards me and the Immigrant song comes on.
Right.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fucking legging it. But it's because it's on shuffle. There's it's a bit unpredictable, isn't it? So like something will come on that's a bit softer.
No, we don't jump that fast. Why the Immigrant song?
Just 'cause it's a proper. It's one of them songs you just imagine running away from something towards. You know what I mean?
Bumnits.
Yeah. And you can scream as well, and it's just part of the song. You
What are you doing?
No, not like that.
Not like that.
No, like he does in the song.
All right. Like that.
Like what?
Huh?
Like what?
Shut up.
Yeah. So that's why that one. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's a bit upbeat as well. It's got a bit of a funky beat to it.
Yeah.
And do I have to explain any more about that one choice?
Just
No,
set the scene. Where are you now? Where
So-
have you run from and where have you run to?
So I've run from my shack
Right,
and I'm running down the coast,
Yeah.
past the sea. I'm looking across and think, is there any boats or anything that can save me on that? Yeah, I'm just going, there's nothing there. How big's the island?
As big as
Big
you
as
want
you want
it
it
to
to
be.
be.
Oh, mate, it's about as big as Wales.
It's a big island.
Basically, Wales would just be cut off and just floating.
Right, they'd love that.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah, so I'm like running about. How long's the song? It's probably like 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Probably get about halfway down the beach, and then what else comes on? Oh no, I've got a trip. I've got to have a bit of danger involved. You know what I mean, the plot's got to thicken,
Yeah.
like parsnip soup. And what else can come on? So I've tripped, and maybe I'm thinking this is it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm led on my back. Oh my god, the Bumnits are coming towards me, and I can just see them descending slowly. They're mocking me a bit now. Do you know what I mean? Like they're going slowly, and they're just forming different shapes, like fucking middle finger like that,
Like them
a
fish,
penis.
Fish off fucking
Nemo,
Nemo.
Yeah,
Like a schooling. They're basically bum nits have become a schooling.
And
Like,
yeah.
fuck's sake.
School of Nits.
And then the final form is just a bowl bag, and they're gonna teabag me slowly. and then Goodbye My Lover by James Blunt comes on.
We're only 10 songs in. What's going on?
Yeah. So I'm just about to be teabagged by a swarm of bumnits.
You're just making a story.
The songs aren't out to do with his favourite songs. It's just all for the fucking scene, man.
Of course it is.
Yeah, he's got his phone. He's got his phone on shuffle, though, hasn't he? He's got his iPod on shuffle.
Yeah, I can't know, but mate,
People got 5 tracks on
yeah,
this.
I've got 3,000 like songs on my
Yeah, but you've only
Spotify.
got 5 songs on this.
Yeah, I
I've got
know.
3 left.
The story haven't flipping finished yet, mate.
So go on, carry on.
So I can see
the ball bag's
the
coming down.
I can see the individual Bumnits forming the pubes on the ball sack coming down towards me. I can hear James Blunt going on, but it takes, because I've got 5 songs and I've got to let this story progress. It takes the entirety of that song for the ball bag to come down onto me, and just as it ends, I go, "No, I don't want this." I get up, I start running again, and then Running by Far Side comes on. That's a good tune. Can't keep running away. And then
Big
so
Diller on production.
you what?
Rest in peace, J Diller.
Yeah, innit? and then I noticed that there's a coconut tree that I can shimmy up.
In Wales.
Yeah, no, I'm
No,
just saying
it's
it's
a
the
desert
size
island.
of Wales.
Desert
island.
It's a big island.
I thought you were going to say old dirty bastard, all the be fucking shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy that.
No, I'm not having that. That's boring. So I get up this tree, but it takes me quite a while because I'm not very good at climbing. Do you
You've
know
got
what I mean?
bum-nits.
Yeah, I got bum nits as well. I'm like, as I'm shimmying up, I'm going, oh,
Trying
this
to
feels
get
good.
bum
This
nit.
does.
I
Fucking
missed
scratching
check.
it.
Did the bum nits manage to teabag you?
No, I got one got in my mouth.
Them, bro.
One got in my mouth. I spat it out. I'm running, going. So I'm getting up this tree, and then the climb, but the Miley Cyrus version comes on.
not the Joe McKeldry version.
No, yeah. Let's have that one. That's the only one I've liked on my Spotify. To be fair, it's off his EP, innit?
Yeah. What did Joe McKeldry do? Matt Carter? What did Matt Carter do?
Oh, no, it was.
When We Collide.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's many of horror, but he called it
Many
When
of
We
Horror,
Collide. 'Cause he's a little soft boy.
Yeah.
So the Joe McKeldry version of The Climb comes on, and then I'm just, it's getting a bit peaceful. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm up on this tree and I can see the whole island, and I'm just thinking, do you know what? Weirdly, because of all this danger, all the adrenaline's like gone to my head, and now it's gone, and I'm just thinking, this is peaceful.
What's the last song?
I've got 2 left, haven't
Yeah.
I? I don't know.
I
And
can't
then-
I can't remember. To be honest. You have two.
You got one there. You can
No,
have
you
two.
can have
No, I want
You
one
have to
because
be
I'm running out of imagination. I haven't done this since year 6 creative writing. Got a level 6 in my sats. I did as well. I was well clever, me. And then I just maybe then I decide that because I've been on this island for a few years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
I kind of took this as a sign that maybe it was time to just sort of give up. I feel like Luke's found me. His bum nits have scouted me out, and I can see his ship on the horizon coming towards me. I don't know why you're.
What are we saying that he's
Yeah,
leaving
and he sent them all out to find me. Yeah. And then they've all sent off a signal being like, "Oh, he's here," and he's like, "Oh, come on, I'm on my way." And then,
What's he coming to do though?
well, he's just like the evil guy in the story.
Like
He's
douchebags.
going to teabag me for real.
Fuck's sake.
But I don't want to die that way. Do you know what I mean? I want to go out on my own terms. So I stand up on this coconut tree, and the final song I ever want to hear before I kill myself is going to be "The Promise" by Girls Aloud. Just because it's a bit
Can you give
upbeat.
us a snippet?
You're gonna make me love you. Nothing that I do. It just reminds me of my youth. Do you know what I mean? I grew up in the golden era of girl bands.
Yeah, man.
Bit of Sugar Babes, all that.
Right, what's your
Push the
actual 5-track Desert Island EP?
The actual one. I've actually got it on my phone.
Get the fuck, man. You
Nah.
can't throw that in your
I will put them all in. Right, so obviously, if you don't know by now, the 5-track Desert Island EP has become its own playlist on Spotify.
Oh,
It's got
calm.
every song that everyone's ever mentioned on the podcast in the playlist.
Very
I'll add
nice.
Ollie's now the only person to have 10.
10 because I was crying then, man. Fuck's sake.
Right, so
I love how we go. No, you prop one. He's go. This is my prop one. Then I go at the end. I'm like, do you prop one? He's like, yeah, I've got it on my phone.
yeah. So I've got 9 because that's actually the official number of Desert Island disc songs you're allowed.
No, it's not. You're like 5.
Vis-a-vis the Radio 2.
No.
thing.
You got 5, bro.
Right.
Radio 2.
Radio 2's
I know.
Mate, this is better than Radio 2.
Radio 2's Pash.
So first off, Misty by the Ella Fitzgerald version because it's I think the nicest melody ever written.
Yeah.
Second
Ella's
one,
voice is second to none.
you what?
Ella's voice is second
Oh,
to none.
shit, it's like silk, man. It's beautiful. Second one is going to be Maybe I'm Amazed, Paul McCartney. So I think that's a very very nice song. Third one is going to be Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison.
Amazing.
Classic.
Reminds me of my mum.
Bear with me. You carry on. I'm gonna go over there and do a big cough to get out my sister.
All right. What was the one? Fourth one? Fourth one is going to be Do You Love Me by the Contours.
Okay.
Because I think that's just a great song. Did you just say Beatles? Nah, the Contours. Do You Love Me by the Contours because it just makes me want to like, get up and dance. You know what I
Makes
mean?
me want to
Really
scream
good.
and shout.
And and then the final one I'm gonna have Graceline by Paul Simon.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
they're all songs that I grew up listening to. So
Definitely ones you want to keep with you for the rest
Yeah,
of your life.
definitely.
Wow,
Did you enjoy the original story though?
Yeah,
That's good.
mate,
I'm going to turn it into a children's book. Maybe not actually.
And
then
then
Ollie
Ollie
was
about to get teabagged. But for real this time, so he decided to kill himself.
Nice.
Not before he listened to The Promise by Girls Aloud.
I think the only song it was missing was Now You're Gone by Bass Hunter after you died.
No, I was going to have Jumping All Over the World by Scooter.
Oh, the bum nits.
Imagine if the COVID pandemic was just bum nit. Imagine how mad that'd be. We're laughing. Do you know like how we laugh?
And on Northwest tonight, Blackburn has the highest rate of bum nits in the UK.
It does anyway.
Down to Luke Simmons.
You're patient zero. You disgusting bro. This is disgraceful. Fuck's sake,
He
man.
giving the initial bum nits. I just took them back to my lab and developed them.
Oh.
Well, that scientist from The Simpsons. That's something he'd do.
Fucking Treehouse of Horror when he tries to make Frankenstein. Was that actually an episode? I feel like
I can't remember. There's so many of them episodes. I never liked them as much.
How could you not like Treehouse of Horror?
I don't know. I don't know. They're always on.
They're always on like
There's
bum
about 12 of them.
I feel like we've literally done 30 minutes and it's just been about bum nits.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, mate, I'm actually proud of my imagination from being
I'm
able to
really
come up
impressed with that, man. I was really impressed with that.
Talking about your
you to
imagination,
send me that audio so I can fall asleep to it tonight.
Yeah,
Sounds
no,
like a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
time.
I'm gonna put that. I'm actually gonna make it into an audio book and put it on Audible. Do you reckon I'll be able to do it?
Can we get Stephen Fry to narrate it? That'd be well good, wouldn't it? Stephen Fry.
Oi, right. This is a declaration, an iron lung declaration. If I can figure out a way to put that onto Audible, then we'll come back to the studio, record you saying it in like an actual like
Yeah.
Audible like
Yeah,
reasoning.
to make it more.
And then we'll
cohesive
put
as
it
well.
on. We'll put it on.
I'd
Actually,
love that. I'd
Ollie
love
Hussey
that.
short stories with Iron Lung. That's what we'll call
That'd
them.
be
And
great.
we'll do it
Yeah.
like every now
We'll
and
make
then.
more money from that than we do on fucking. Well, we're not making any.
Do you know
money.
what? I'm
anyway.
that fucking unemployed that I would spend my days writing shit stories to come on and say on here.
If I can figure out how to do it, do you want to do it?
Yeah,
Just for a while?
easy. Yeah.
Fuck.
Mate, that's a new adventure. That
Just every now and then, every season, have like have a special where I
you
just come on and
do like you read out your
it's like a crazy bumnet story.
yeah from the.
I should make it into like an actual franchise.
the bum.
Yeah, and like some backstory about why me and M fell out and why he wants to kill me with his bumnets.
I'm actually intrigued.
Why have I actually set that up?
I know why I'm actually gassed about this. I'm actually buzzing for
Yeah.
it. Right, at home, if you want to hear the Bumnet saga on Audible, keep it in your ears because it might be available in the next coming weeks if I can
The
figure out how to
Bumnet
do it. The
saga.
Bumnet saga. That sounds class.
Oh my God.
I'm well excited for that.
I'm giving it a far time ago in
The-
a galaxy long, long
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
A long time ago in a bum all far away.
Oh.
Okay, but we'll do the prologue. Do you know there's like a trailer for it? We'll do the
Prolapse.
5-track Desert Island EP. It's the prologue, like the trailer for it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, so we're actually going to have to cut it here because the camera's shit. So I'm going to cut here and we'll be back in a second. I don't know if there's going to be anything in between, but if not, we'll just cut straight back.
I've had news from our sponsor that there will be.
Alright, okay, that's fine. No worries. Right, well, I'll be back in a second. Thanks for joining us for the first part. Come back for the second part.
No worries.
And now, we have a word from our sponsor, Muller Light.
Right, so I was eating a yogurt the other day, and it was the 11th, but it went off on the 12th, and I was eating it at midnight. But what happened was, when I was eating it, fucking clocks went back. So it was calm, all the mold just went away. I thought, fucking get in.
He's scrun it.
Yeah, fucking necked it. Fucking blueberry flavour.
Anyway,
Well, nice.
back to the episode. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining us for the second part here. We are still joined by Oliver Hussey.
We are.
Denon himself, fucking legend.
Thank you.
Obviously, we can't speak about bum nits for an entire episode.
As much
So-
as we'd love to.
As much as we love to, so I'd like to spend the next 30 minutes speaking about your ventures into music, because that's realistically why we got you on. It wasn't necessarily to just sit here and chat shit and have a laugh, even though it has been fucking well funny. I actually wanted to speak about some music stuff. So, a couple of episodes back, we had May I Use on, obviously written by yourself completely. solo work. And when I say solo, no collaboration from anyone else. Literally, just yourself.
Other than Mr. Garage Band.
Mr. Garage Band himself. So
Steve Jobs got involved.
so
Barry Gand.
yeah. So we
Barry Manilow.
we mentioned on the episode that obviously everything is done through your phone.
Yeah.
And I know when I was speaking the other day, I was even more impressed because you'd stop using a microphone to record your vocals and just use your phone even to record your vocals.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know a little bit sort of what the process is like for if anyone's watching at home, sort of like, and they want to get into sort of writing their own music and composing it themselves. Like, how do they go around that? Like, how have you done it for yourself? Because like, I'm a big fan of your solo work. You know I am. I love your solo stuff, and
Thank you, mate.
it sounds amazing, and it's literally done the most DIY you could possibly imagine. So
Yeah.
I want to know sort of how you go around it, what the ideas were behind it, and what the process is like.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of like developed over time. I write in different ways. Like sometimes I write, and like a traditional, just sit at the guitar, sit at the piano, whatever, like write like that. But when the stuff that I've released so far, to be fair, has been very much me literally sat on my phone, like finding a loop or a synth sound or something like that I like. And then what I'll do is I'll play it like 100 times and I'll literally just I pick up the phone and just start like making random noises into the mic and just until like words form, if you know what I mean. And that's basically just how stuff comes about, and then I just start doing stuff over the top of it.
Yeah, I'd seen that you did an interview with somebody. Was it for Credence? And they asked sort of the meanings behind Credence, like for the lyricism. And you literally said that it doesn't really mean anything. It were just noises that you'd made into the mic and turned into lyrics.
Yeah, well, Credence was different. Credence, I think I wrote like normally, but I wrote half of it like I think before lockdown, and then I went to uni. While we were locked down in Wales, I came back and I found it again like, on my phone, and I was writing, trying to finish the song off, and sort of writing it like retrospectively, like thinking back.
How you felt at the time.
Yeah. So that was sort of done over two halves. I think that's the only one that I've written like normally, to be fair. But yeah. Mate, what did you ask? I've literally forgotten what you.
So what's the process behind it? Like, how do you go about, like, from start to finish? Like, how do you compose a track with just a limited set of equipment?
I mean, to be fair, I've been pretty impressed with like how GarageBand is. To be fair, I think if you know how to use it, like it sounds fine.
And this is just GarageBand on your phone.
It's just GarageBand on my phone. Yeah, because the phone mic's fine. All you have to do is before I got a pop filter, I used to put my finger like in front of it so that like the sibilance and stuff wouldn't happen. And then if you like EQ it properly, then you're fine. Like it literally just sounds like a normal mic.
Haven't we spoke about it before?
Yeah.
Steve Lacey produced.
Yeah, Steve Lacey.
His albums through on his phone.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we've always been quite impressed with St. Michael's, because we've always gone out and sort of paid for the best of the best, not really knowing. And
I blew nearly 400 quid on equipment, and then I got back home and I couldn't use it because it wasn't compatible with my phone. And it's just been sat there ever since, and I've carried on writing with literally just my phone mic and stuff.
I think that's a brilliant like ethos to have with the kind of singer-songwriter stuff that you do, because it's it is DIY and and it sounds amazing. I mean, you put it in a playlist next to any other track, and it'll still shine through because you've just got the ear for it.
Yeah, I think it annoys me sometimes that I didn't learn some of the stuff I put out before I started learning how to EQ properly, and before I started like sending it off to be mastered and stuff like that. I wish I'd have done that before I'd put the first couple of tunes I put out. But apart from that, I'm fairly happy with how it sounds.
That amateurism does shine through though, because it gives it quirks.
Yeah. I think there's a stark difference, because I know, obviously from speaking to you just as a friend, there's been quite a sort of jumble array of how you've released music. It's never been like when you released We Move Like Spaniards. Yeah. That wasn't necessarily the first track. Cause I remember you released Beacon of Light, and I remember speaking to you about that, and you said Beacon of Light was probably one of the first tracks you ever recorded. Yeah. So it's, even though that it's felt three releases in, it was still, that was the elementary Ollie Hussey.
Yeah, because I was putting stuff out on SoundCloud before I started putting things on Spotify. and my manager, now that I've got a manager, he told me to private them all, because they're like really eclectic mix. I was doing some like weird rapping on some of them as well.
There's a track on your Spotify. I don't remember on your SoundCloud.
Oh, there's one with you two kissing. On the
that's
front
what
of
I'm on about. Yeah, do you ever see that?
Oh, from my 21st.
What was that song
Back
called?
at Tiger Lounge.
Yeah, back at Tiger Lounge.
What song was that?
It was. Oh God,
Was it on the original demo for Summertime?
No, it was one. I did one called UCAS Track when I was applying for uni. And the photo that I put on SoundCloud was my A-level results.
Was it?
Yeah,
I
that's
can't remember
pure
what that was
branding and
called.
marketing.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
You got it.
I can't remember what that was called, but I actually really liked it. I think I've got it on my phone somewhere, downloaded. But yeah, no, I went through a phase of trying to be like Loyal Kana.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all some very eclectic stuff that's on there.
And now you've just settled into being Ollie Hussey, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
I was always surprised at your power with SoundCloud as well, because you'd reach how many streams of Credence on there? Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, that wasn't through me. That was from the people, the label that I was working with.
Oh, really? Because he got a lot of streams on SoundCloud.
Because he put it on this thing called Hype Machine, which is like what label people, things like that, they go to like find new tracks.
Yeah.
And I was trending #1 on that for like 3 weeks, which is pretty mad.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a SoundCloud link that was on that, so that's how the place went up.
You know, have some like foreign language reviews as well.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. One of them was in Portuguese.
Was it
No,
Portuguese?
Brazil. It was from Brazil,
Yeah,
I think.
so Portuguese, yeah.
And I like pressed it in Google Translate, and it was all very weirdly written. But
Yeah.
Badly translated.
It's but I think there's definitely a stark comparison. Just going back to what I was saying, there's definitely a stark comparison between like Beacon of Light to Credence. So I mean, I use like the like I do like Beacon of Light. It's probably my least favorite that you've released. But I've already spoke you about. I'm not fucking cussing you. This is we spoke about this before. But what you saying, like, I fucking have you. Beacon of Light is still a great track. It's not necessarily to my styling, but you released Credence, and that's when I was like, you're on something here. And I think everything you've showed me and everything that you've done recently is in more catered towards that Credence sound, and I feel like that is your sound. Like that, it sounds so fucking good. And the fact that you can record it from home, how much did it cost you? Like this is not just me being a cheeky bastard, but more if there's anyone listening on like sort of how to be a self-produced artist and do it for cheap. Like, how much are you paying for a track?
How much does it cost to do it?
Start to finish,
So the thing that I use, the phone is the thing that costs the most money.
Yeah, but you've already got the phone.
Yeah,
Everyone's got a phone.
That most people have a smartphone.
Yeah.
Okay, so most people say have an iPhone, say have GarageBand download. I don't know if it comes with it. I think I bought it.
Yeah, I think I bought it way back.
Yeah.
On the iPad 2.
So the only thing that I bought that costs money, if you got a guitar, great, use that. I use this thing called an iRig, which literally you plug a guitar into it, jack input, and then from there you plug it into your phone, and it's just a DAW. Yeah, that's literally the only thing I use.
And it sounds fucking well good. It sounds industry standard, and it's recorded on a fucking iPhone.
It's not bad actually. Yeah, once you
look, got like the amateurish quality to it, but that's what makes it sound the way it does.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, they've got a ton of preamps on GarageBand.
Yeah,
which sound pretty decent, and they've just released a load of sound packs which I've been playing with people like Tom Mish. And,
I just downloaded.
Yeah. So one of the tunes that the one that I showed you.
Yes.
That the beat that I was programming in, that was with a Tom Mish drum pack that I quite liked.
I like to say it sounds clunky, but it doesn't. I'm trying to think of a good way of expressing, like explaining sort of how it sounds. It sounds industry standard. Like you wouldn't bat an eyelid if it was played on the radio, which it has been played a bunch. Obviously, Amazing Radio was a really big endorser of Ollie Hussey, the solo project. But I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's so raw that I think
that sort of homemade feel to
it's
it.
got a homemade feel, but I think because it's emotionally raw as well, it really feeds into that stylistically, and I think it's a really, really good way of doing it. Like I think if he was trying to do something that were just kind of like a pop song, or something that were just kind of like like a punk song or anything like that. Maybe not so much a punk because that is a DIY aesthetic anyway. But like if it was like a really well produced pop song, then you'd be like, doesn't sound right. But because it's so emotionally raw and it is just you. Yeah. Like you could have easily wrote these songs for escapades, but you didn't. And I think the reason behind that is because it is so emotionally raw to you, and I think that aesthetic, that sound really works really well with your project.
It's a different sound than what escapades are maybe trying to go for now.
Yeah.
So and to me, like the only reason I put them out anywhere was because I wanted to. When I hadn't just on my phone, like on my files, I kept having to like download them all the time if I wanted to listen to them. So I just wanted to put them on Spotify, so it was easier for me to listen to them.
And then you got signed from it, and you've done incredibly well, and I'm really excited to see a Ollie Hussey show. Like I'm really,
you're gonna be part of it, man.
I am a part of it, and that's why I'm even more excited because it's gonna be fucking sick. Me and Ollie Hussey are fucking going back and doing shit together. I'm so excited.
Doing shit together,
man. I'm so excited. But what are the next steps for Ollie Hussey? Like what is the plan?
Plan is, I mean, I want to start getting some gigs, like just me. I want to obviously gig with you guys, gig with Escapades. I think the first step for me probably, because I've not played any of my songs live before, so maybe just do some like open mic nights and see how things turn out.
Get a vibe for it.
Yeah, and just kind of, if I can get a band together, then great. If not, I've got a loop pedal, I can do that sort of thing. But I think ideally, I mean, like I really want to play with you, and I want to maybe even get Nick to try and do drums for it.
Yeah, Nick would be up for doing drums.
Yeah, so I think that's the kind of thing I want to go for.
Yeah.
I think because we've had 2 years of not gigging, I just want to gig as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel the exact same. But I think for you, it wouldn't make sense to have like a 5-piece band or like anything like that. I think because of the sound that it is, you want to keep it quite constricted in terms of how many people are involved, to keep it raw and keep it emotional, keep it minimal, and that's what I think would be the best for you. And like, I'd be fucking more than happy if you were doing open mic nights of just bring an acoustic bass and play backwards of it. Like, I think that'd sound class. I'm excited to see what happens with the stuff, and I'm really excited to obviously be involved with it. And you know that whenever we'll get gigs, and I'll promote it on here because it's going to be sick. But obviously, speaking about shows, we had to touch on it because I'm still getting over it. Yeah, myself.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
We basically, for the fault that obviously didn't come or are unsure at home.
If you didn't come, you're a dick.
You're not a dick. But yeah, you are
Anyone
a dick.
That said they were going to come and didn't.
You missed out on a well good night.
No replies.
Snakes everywhere. We literally last second brought Ollie back to play a show with us on Saturday, which was the headline show of Electric Church with support from Pincher and Escapades, which we did speak about previously, but not obviously post it now.
Can I just say big up Pincher as well? I wasn't sure what to expect from them.
Pincher were class. Yeah. Pincher were really fucking good, man. I was surprised at them as well because I'd taken a bit of a shot in the dark from really because I'd seen that, because obviously Brittany Dewar saw their bassist.
You knew Britt from school.
I knew her from school, so I just seen that, and she was always interested in bass. I remember when she first started playing bass, and obviously I'd been playing bass for a while, and I was like, if you ever need any help, let us know. She never did, like, bless her heart. She smashed it on her own, got herself a nice little Fender Mustang, it's really nice. Yeah. And I seen that she was starting a band, and I just seen little snippets that she'd started a band called Pincher. They were just starting, it was like that.
Bits on Instagram stories.
Yeah, and it was like, do you know, like when you first start a band, then your profile pictures, like the 4-piece of each. Like it's not like collaborative at all. It's literally just random pictures from their Instagram, just pieced together and put on the profile picture of the band. I'm like, right, these are just starting. And I said to Tucker on Saturday, I said, look, and everyone was buzzing about Pincher, and I said, we did for them what you did for us. Like when St. Michael first started, Tucker said, come and play next week, like in a couple of weeks. We're headlining, we'll put you on. And he did that for us. He didn't have to do that for him. So in my head, I'm like, they did it for us, we'll do it for them. So I literally just saw she was doing band stuff, and I said, look, I'm not getting anything planned at the moment. It was before we obviously planned the Electric Church. And I said, but when we've got shows going, come and play. I said, obviously, you're an old friend, and you'll need help when you first start. So come and play. It'll be a sold out crowd. You'll have a good audience.
Yeah. They brought heads down as well.
They did bring heads down as well. Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did bring a fair few heads down, and they sorted. And then we just started getting the things together. And I said, right, I want Pincher on, and they'd not released anything. No. And we were just like, I just want to get them on.
That's the thing, that they haven't released anything, so I wasn't sure what to expect.
No, me neither, because I'd only seen snippets. They sent me little demos of what they did, and I said, and to be honest, I listened to like a minute of each from them, and I wasn't arsed about to be honest, how they sounded. I was
Yeah.
more arse about just helping them out.
Yeah, yeah.
And they probably didn't need it at this point because they've been doing more gigs than what we've been doing, and
Honestly,
they've been smashing
they're
it. They've been doing
really
really,
good for
really
themselves,
well.
yeah.
They probably didn't need it at
I
this
think they
point.
got signed to a little label as well.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, it's signed for 2 days or something. I'm not going to play politics back because I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get them on to help. And then at that point, they didn't really need it. But they did anyway. And they probably, I don't know how their other shows have gone, but it was a big fucking crowd.
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
people really fucking enjoyed Pincher as well. And I was just like, fucking fair play, man. They did really well. And obviously, Escapades are on. You guarantee a good show from Escapades. We know you boys.
Apart from the fact that I kept kicking my jack lead out my pedal board, so my sound kept cutting out.
I did it
Nick,
once.
Nick kept doing that as well.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah,
I was well, it's because I haven't like played with a proper setup
Nick
for
kicked the
ages.
fucking wire out of the.
Yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Oh, it's fine.
But yeah, so everyone were well impressed with Pincher, and they went off, and then obviously Escapades went really well, and then we came to St. Michael. I was, obviously going back, we kind of missed that. So basically, Mark, bless his heart, he couldn't play on the night for whatever reason. I won't go into it.
Phantom COVID.
Phantom COVID, yeah, we went into it. He's basically had Phantom COVID. He didn't actually have it in the end, but fair play. And we brought Ollie in last second. Obviously,
24 hours prior.
24 hours
Yeah, in fact,
prior.
it's a lot of practicing.
24 hours.
Not even 24
Yeah,
hours
no,
prior.
it's about 12.
We spent 3 hours practicing in there, and
Yeah.
we just played. And I've not spoke to you afterwards properly because I didn't really get time to speak to you. I was so worried the first 2 tracks because I was like, "What's going on?"
Mate, so was I.
And I was like, and then literally, I didn't think about you drumming at all for the rest of the night. Just something came over me. I didn't think about you playing for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? I don't know.
I think what it was that we started. I don't know whether it was Idea 14, which I knew in my head already because I listened to it on Spotify,
Yeah.
obviously, or whether it was like another one of the old tracks that we used to do. Like I know them off by heart. I always will.
Yeah.
Like so, that's not a problem for me. The only thing I was worried about was like the opening couple of tracks that I'd never played before. But honestly, yeah,
And
nice.
then
It
it
was
was
a bit of a trial
it
by
would just
fire.
it was just back
If
to
it would have
basics.
started with like Love Scene or 22, you
Yeah.
would have eased you in a bit quicker. But
You can't not open with some
but I
available.
think we all.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think you had a better gig for that because you nailed everything that we kind of had little teething issues with.
Apart from
practice.
I came in like half a bar or bar early or
But
something.
nightclub.
One of them. Nightclub was it? Yeah,
Great, man.
that was pretty
Yeah,
funny. I
but
was
fuck-
like,
But
Shit's
no,
happening
you know what I
here.
mean? Like it literally just it brought us all up.
Yeah, 100%. And I literally got there and I stood outside and everyone was like, go in, enjoy yourself. And I'm like, no, I can't because I was shitting myself.
No,
I absolutely shit myself.
yeah.
And then I fucking went up on stage. I picked up my bass, put it over my shoulder. And then fucking Hive from Earl Sweatshirt started playing from the
I know,
playlist.
yeah.
I was like,
Everyone
promise
started
there,
buzzing
I
over
put my fist up after I get my dick sucked. And then I was just vibing. Like, and everyone was like, it was sick. And then we started playing and I'm like, right, this is where I belong. This is where I'm meant to be. And I kind of kicked myself a little bit because I kind of wish we'd invited people down and just said, do you know, from that industry and just been like, here's a fucking ticket
yeah,
for
yeah.
free, just come watch.
Yeah.
Because if someone were there that night, man, there was something going on that night. There was something
some kind
going
of
on on
atmosphere
Saturday.
there, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was something going on,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it was. And half because you're back, and like that's the sickest thing to us. Like we, as much as, and I'm not shitting on Mark because he's a great drummer and he's an amazing lad, but we wrote a lot of songs with you in mind, and I'm not a good vocalist, and I tried to pick up where you'd left off, and it just felt like something was always missing. And we brought you back, we dragged you back, and it's just
You
felt.
didn't drag me back, mate. I was always gonna
No,
come
I
back.
know. And it just felt so good. Like it felt amazing. Like I'm still getting over it. Still getting over the feeling.
I don't think it was even hit me that we. I don't think it's hit me that we actually played a gig.
Me
Yeah,
neither,
I know.
man. It just.
You know what I mean?
I was so stressed out. Like you can fucking. I was
kicking about with
stressed.
you all day from about 2 o'clock, and you were the
Yeah.
most stressed man.
I've never seen you like that.
Honestly, it was like roles were reversed here as well. 'cause
Literally, because I was stood there, like everyone were going, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "No." I said I'd probably be nervous as soon as we're about to go on stage. And
Yeah,
even as I was getting up onto stage to go get my guitar, I was like, "Why am I not nervous yet? What's wrong? Like, what's wrong?" I don't know, if it's because I was hyped because it was my birthday, or I was just hyped to see
Yeah, that's
everyone, actually be in a room with people. But you were just so stressed out about it, and you're usually the one who's nonchalant, and you're usually the one going, "No, nothing bad will happen. You'll be fine." Whereas this time you were stood there like physically shaking outside.
I think I had like a beer and a half and put it down because I just were fucking. I had to drink water, man. I just think.
It was mad.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
I think I've spent the past 2 years really not knowing what to do with myself. Like, kind of like, I've put my whole effort into music my entire life. From the moment I picked up a bass guitar, I've been in bands, I've done all this stuff, and it meant everything to me. In the past 2 years, it's been difficult. Like, it's been difficult for everyone, and I'm not on my own on that, and I'm not fucking trying to be like, oh, fucking me, I'm sad. I've been sad, do you know what I mean? I've had a really tough time. Like, obviously, me and Elodie broke up. Fucking one of the hardest fucking times in my life, and I was just kind of at a point where I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing that's significant in my life at the moment? Nothing other than this that's been making me feel like I'm doing something on a weekly basis. I've been kind of like, what the fuck is the point of my waking up in the morning?
No routine, is there?
No, and I've spent so long music being my vice, and then to not have it for so long, and then all of a sudden it's there and it's right in my grasp, and I'm kind of like, I've been through all this shit. This has happened, and I'm back to work, back to where I was 18 months ago. What do I do now? Yeah. It's like I don't know how I'm going to react. I don't know if it's going to be the same me because I've been through so much shit. But it just did, honestly, and it was exactly the same.
Face over your shoulders, you just snap straight back to it.
Yeah, it was.
As soon as you got up, you're a completely different person.
The moment you finish, the moment you get off that stage, it's all worth it. Anything that's happened.
Do you know when I picked my t-shirt up from? For those who are not watching at home, I took my top off at the end, take my top off at the end of the show, and I threw it, and I just spent pretty much like an hour or two in all top on it, and put my jumper over it.
I don't know how you did that because it's fucking cold.
I know. I picked up my t-shirt on Sunday. It was still fucking rinse wet through with sweat.
My clothes there.
Yeah, they're in there. They're in there
because they're pretty fucking stinky.
Yeah, it was fucking stinking.
And now I was a bit sweaty.
Sweaty boy, yeah.
So, what was your favourite moment from Saturday? That's what I want to know. Yours and yours. Right, let's go in a circle. Let's do it. Right, so
can Joe go first as an audience member?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I want to know what a third party feels.
I was just vibing the whole way through because I love you guys, and I was a bit drunk. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But best bit was right at the end. I was just there vibing. There was like your last one, or was it open?
No, it was midway through.
Open up.
Oh, it was last one.
Open up, and I was fucking bouncing away as soon as it started. And then Lewis, I turned around and looked at Lewis, and he was like, "Do you want up?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And I jumped on his back. And he was like, "No, on my shoulders." And I just fucking straight up there, and I was just there for the whole song, just living my life.
There were a few people on shoulders.
Yeah, there was
as well,
a lot
because I couldn't see anything.
No, me neither. I couldn't see shit.
Yeah. Set, it was like every time I was looking out and I was looking up, and I was trying to focus on someone just to not be looking down at my feet.
Yeah.
Every time I went to focus somewhere at the back of the stage, that's what I usually try and do, just somewhere all over the crowd. There was just fucking people in my hand. I was like, are they really tall or what? It was 5 or 6 people per time.
Mad.
I was like,
I don't necessarily think it was as busy as the last time we had one, but it was fucking more mental.
I don't know if that's perception though.
No, I know.
I don't know if the last time it felt busier because it was our first proper headline.
Sure, yeah.
Or I don't know if it felt, less busy this time because we had that expectation. We've had 18 months of misremembering something that we've held so high in our regards. We might have over remembered it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Overhyped it.
Yeah.
But it still lived up. It lived up and it exceeded my expectations.
100%. I think my favourite part of the night, obviously other than chirpsing, you know me.
Yeah.
You know me.
Bro, she was all over you, man.
Oh, she's a really nice girl.
Is she?
She's a really nice girl.
She's really nice.
I just remember sat there and my mate was going, "Oh, when are you going to take her on a date?"
I went to
bro.
Yeah, I went to cinema with her. Yeah, but she's lovely. I went to cinema.
Leave her as a liar or a truther.
Yeah, truthing. Other than that, my favourite part, I think we just finished playing Idea 14, or just before Idea 14, and people were really enjoying sometimes, as they always do. And there's that interlude, and I fell over. Yeah, and I just
when you fell over.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us noticed.
No, I didn't.
I don't even know. I was right at the front.
Fucking, that was a bit bad.
We played all this show, and it was typical. Black Cloud came over. I wasn't knowing what's going on. I'm just doing Leo Smith being a fucking mad nut. And I just, for a moment, for the first time ever playing a show, I felt the Black Cloud go. And I was looking at the crowd, and it was just before Idea 14, and I'm like, shit, I'm actually stood in front of this, and I can fucking feel it. And I started just saying, like, thank you for fucking coming, and thank you for sticking around for the past 18 months. I really appreciate it. And I'm just there, and I can hear the audience fucking going, and it's really nice. And it was Radio 14, which I thought would get bombed, and it didn't. And I just felt so emotionally raw. I nearly started crying. And then at the end of it, I just hit it with the fucking, now fucking tell me, what do you do in your spare time? And everyone just went off, and then we started, and it was sick. And I also like when they introduced you as the fucking, as a new signing. That was fucking sick.
Funny, yeah.
But yeah, that was my favourite
I
moment.
mean, I think all things considered, like the sample pad breaking.
Fuck the sample pad.
Yeah, that was.
Fuck the sample
Yeah,
pad.
they broke for
Like,
like
I
one
don't know,
song
like,
there,
those-
didn't it?
those gaps
It's because
didn't-
Nick fucking unplugged it. I had to plug it back in.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
is that what it
gaps-
was?
Those gaps didn't feel
Yeah, no.
like too, unprofessional, because it was just filled with crowd participation, and then just us guys kind of just filling it.
Doing
And it just worked, and we worked through it, and you know what I mean. We know the song well enough that we don't need the backing track really.
Yeah.
It's an added bonus.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
it
play
was-
a gig without it.
It was kind of cool when we couldn't get to work and Nick started doing Book of Him and
Yeah,
a
that was sweet.
cappella. That
That
was
was
kinda
Yeah,
sweet.
I
I like that, but
Yeah, it added a different kind of vibe to it,
yeah, it was really, it felt
But
like
yeah,
raw.
no,
It
yeah.
was really good. What about you, Ollie?
I think when the nerves left, sort of midway through the set, I think it was Leave Us a Liar. When we started playing that, I was like, yeah, no, I'm fucking enjoying myself
Did you hear
now.
the audience?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they
That's the
went
first
off.
time you.
that's the
were
first time I've
back
heard the Saint Michael,
then, yeah.
Saint
It's-
Michael.
it's contagious, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
fucking
contagious,
mad
isn't it?
Mad feeling, yeah. And I like that, but yeah, because I like it because sometimes kind of breaks up the set a little bit,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can
And
kind
nearly
of,
breaks my arm as well.
yeah. And you can just sort of like look around and like see people, because you don't really get the chance during the set. And then yeah, mate, I fucking loved every second of it. It was just nice to be back playing with people I fucking love as well.
Yeah.
What song were you on the floor? This was my favourite bit. You
Open
were just
Up.
on the floor. And,
Open up.
no, it was
yeah, it
before
was.
that,
It was
was it?
all- no,
It was Open Up.
Was that before everyone jumped on stage? So, what song were you on the floor for?
Open up. I'm 95% sure because obviously I did it last
I thought
time.
It was early because I don't think there was anyone on stage at that point, and you were just led on the floor. I swear it was like end of Idea 14 or like Book of Him and
No, because at the end of Idea 14,
Just
I
like the-
give it to I give my
with
bass to
your legs
Alfie.
up, and then like I was just over you, and I was just playing over you, and I was just looking at you like, you look so peaceful.
Yeah, there was a
It was
couple.
pretty sick.
There was a couple of people that was like, I've never seen you so happy in my life.
Yeah.
Like a couple of people that have come to see us for the first time, like Katie and my brother Josh, who bless his heart, had come to see us for the first time, and they were just
It's
like,
good
I
to see
never.
him
Is
again.
that
It-
first time Josh has seen us?
No, Josh saw us at Bolton when we did that charity
Yeah,
event for my
Yeah,
for my
like,
brother.
first time Josh has
in-law.
seen us
But like
doing
that.
our thing. Yeah.
And Josh were just like, I can't fucking believe that's you when I've spent 20, like I've known you for 22 years now. That's not you. And he said, I'm so proud of you. And Bailey started crying, bless his heart. He was saying how proud of me he was. And like obviously Katie was just like, I've never seen you so happy in my
I
life.
think my mum started crying as well.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, there
She
was
was getting involved that night. She was
Yeah.
flipping.
Your mum were with me and Lewis at one point.
Was
Yeah, I
she?
know, she was with
fucking
everyone,
bless
I
her
just looked
heart.
around, I was like, what's Ollie's mum doing here?
I don't know what it is.
Get on my shoulders.
Get on my shoulders. I don't know what it is about the formation of me, you, and Nick. Like
Different
Yeah.
breeds, man.
it's been cool with
Different
it's
grades.
been cool with Mark, and we've done a lot with Mark,
Yeah.
but there's just something about it when we play it's contagious. I don't think you could come to a show like when we play it and not feel that energy. I don't know what it is, and I
I don't know, I
really
feel like you can watch some bands and you don't really get the sense of like the togetherness that we have.
Yeah.
I think. You know what I mean, because like
I think it's just we've all got that like that shared kind of experience. and
yeah, but also
we've all
like
grown up in a similar area. We've all been mates for a long time,
Yeah.
whether together or mutually, and we've all got bum nits. So
we've all got
Yeah.
bum knees. We've all got bum
it's
knees.
just I when I'm sat there, because obviously I'm at the back,
Yeah.
and like individually, one of you guys will turn around and like look at me
Yeah.
and play and stuff. And I'm, like,
I love that
looking at
bit.
you.
I love when I come over to you.
Yeah.
Do you- what song where we were all starting with our back to the audience, and me and you were
At
up at
one
the drum
point, none of
kit?
you were
Was
just
that not
looking.
Idea 14?
I think it might.
It
be.
might
Yeah,
be, because
yeah.
I've seen the footage of it.
Because,
And
yeah, and then we
everyone's
turned around, it
stood
was
around.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were just something about Saturday night, and I
I
cannot wait to do it again.
Yeah. Wait,
It's the
Um,
funniest, just like being stood there and I was like obviously moving about, jumping around. And every time I turn around, you do something different. Like at one point, you're up on the amp, just stood there.
yeah, I remember that.
Then you're on the floor. Then your shoes came off. Then someone else was holding your bass and you were just stood there. I was like, what the fuck's he doing?
don't know.
Yeah, we got Alfie on stage for Idea 14, and he just started playing just everything, didn't
I'm really, really proud of you and Nick.
Why?
From going back from when we first started, and it would just when you'd watch a St. Michael show, people would just look at me because I was the one being a fucking dickhead.
You are technically the front man.
You're
yeah,
the front
but
man,
I'm being a dickhead.
I'm
And
the
then you
Batman.
two were just kind of like, how do I compensate for this? And then on Saturday, you and Nick were fucking giving it beans every time I
Innit?
turned around. I'm like, fuck me.
That's the most confident I've
Yeah,
seen.
I
Definitely
think that's
Nick.
the same thing.
Probably you.
I'm like, get over
I
your
know,
Yeah.
you fucking giving it beans, man. You fucking went into crowd and everything. I was fucking so impressed, man.
Yeah, that's when I jumped down and fell
Yeah,
over.
he
when I
went
into the
down
crowd.
and bet the fucking ground.
I was going into the crowd to go get a beer and I fell over and everyone's seen me up front. I just laughed at him. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. So I went back and got a beer.
I was well happy. I think that's genuinely this is the best. This is the best formation of St. Michael. Right
Yeah.
now. This is St. Michael in its prime.
This is St.
It's
Michael.
St. Michael season.
Yeah.
St. Michael season,
It's
baby.
prime Michael.
I'm
It's a
saying
good vintage, I reckon.
This
Good
is the
vintage.
way.
I'm saying this now on this podcast. In 12 months, we will be somewhere.
Probably here talking about how we want to do something in 12 months.
No, 12 months from now, we will be signed, and we will be something, and we'll be doing something big with someone. Or I don't think we'll be doing a headline tour, or we might be doing one, but it might be small. But we'll be supporting someone touring.
You know what I mean? It's good to dream.
Easy.
I
don't think it's a dream. I think that's an achievable
like
goal.
it happens. I feel like it happens. But yeah, I fucking dickhead on
One step closer to having my own
and I'm about to break.
private fucking island with my bum nits.
Yeah,
Capturing Ollie.
Well, I'm fucking running about listening to James Blunt.
That's the backstory, bro. We got big money off fucking
We got a
bands.
sign and you went insane.
We all had the original bum nits, but then I collected them all, harvested them, and genetically altered them to chase just you
Yeah,
on
why
the
me?
island.
Well, that's what the next book's about, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the next
prequel.
one.
Jar Jar Binks.
Stay tuned.
Misa got bum nits!
But yeah, I don't like watching myself back after show. There's a video of me before we play Open Up, and I'm stood at the front stage going, "This is fucking it!
Yeah.
This is fucking it!" And I'm like, "What a dick!"
Like a terrorist with a
Nah.
C4 vest strapped to him.
Yeah.
This is it!
And I booted my shoes off, man. The pair of socks I'm wearing, right, were 15 quid. I thought they were a free pack. It wasn't. It was one pair of socks.
15 quid.
15 quid, and they are fucked.
For a pair of socks.
Once you finish your set, I bounced up to you, and you were like, "Can we go outside? Need some fresh air." So we went out to the
It was
back.
so
You
sweaty.
went outside.
You see how wet the windows and shit were?
Yeah.
He was like, "I need some fresh air." I went outside. He had no shoes on, dustying up his socks, no top,
shirt.
piss wet
Oh, yeah, I
through.
noticed you weren't wearing
And I was like,
his
"What the
shoes.
fuck is going on here, man?"
This
Filthy
man's
feet.
had bum nits. He can survive anything.
Mate, I played 2 sets. I was the sweatiest man in the universe.
It was super sweaty.
It's a good job I brought that
It
fucking
was
top,
super,
you know?
Super sweaty, bro.
Because at the end of the night,
I had to take my jumper off and go get my Aki t-shirt on. But yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, because I went, because I was wearing a different top for our set, obviously. And I thought, right, I've sweated this one out. I might go and put my other one back on.
Get your
Look up
top on.
Mothman. And yeah, they were both the stinkiest fucking garments
Stinky,
going.
stinky, sweaty.
Yeah.
I am the Mothman.
The end.
I'm willing to bet Leo's is still wet.
Probably. No, I wore it last night 'cause I washed it.
Yeah,
anything,
tell us how-
anything that touches Leo gets wet.
Nah, especially this. Oh, what's that? A second advertisement. If you look on my chest, I've just been tattooed off Chris Kenyon today. He fucking killed me off. I kind of wanted to die for it, but look at my chest piece. I am now a chest piece boy.
Mothman.
The Mothman. I am now
You
the
are,
Bucky
you are
Finn.
the Mothman.
The
I am
Mothman.
he and you are we and we are he and we are all together.
I actually feel hard as fuck now.
Yeah.
So inking it
I am,
Ryan
but
Lung,
that's
we're
just
gonna
looking at
do-
you.
We're gonna do a quick inking it Ryan Lung because I just took my top off. I don't know why I took my top off. Probably because I wanted to inking it.
You got a few new ones, haven't you?
We're getting there.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I got this one done. You probably haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
nice
that
one.
done off,
Beautiful.
Making the Buttons.
Yeah, man.
Quick inking it before the end of the episode. I just wanted to fucking shout out Chris Kenyon, man. I spoke to him today. He's well up for coming back in and doing an episode with him and
Sweet.
Geno.
Yeah.
So that'll be in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping next week we're going to get House of Wolves on the band, which are my friends. Shout out Tom, the drummer, he's class. They're releasing an EP on the 18th of September, so I'm going to get it out the day after. So hopefully
Yeah, man.
next
Bit
week.
of a hype train on that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that'll
sweet.
be next week. So hopefully next week we'll have House of Wolves on, and then next week do you want to sort out the thingy from Corso?
Yeah,
Get him in on the
from
Monday.
Saucebox.
Saucebox, sorry,
Yeah,
Saucebox.
yeah,
So we'll
yeah,
get him
yeah.
in on the Monday.
Yeah.
That'll be a good episode. So yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
coming up on the Iron podcast. Sorry, there's been a bit of a break, but let's do a quick inking it before the end of the episode. I've really enjoyed today's episode. It's been good to be back.
It's been shit.
So it's fuck off, MC in there with you, Mike. So I got tattooed off Chris Kenyon today in Triple Death in Accrington. Fucking fucking man was tattooing on top.
In the new building.
I'm probably gonna cut all this out.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
gonna-
in the new shop.
I'm gonna look at it in the new shop. Yeah, I'm
In the new
gonna
shop.
I'm gonna look at this back and think, dickhead. So if I do that, I'm gonna do a blackout here. So thanks for watching. See you in a bit. And then I'll add that in if I feel like a dickhead. But if not, and it's still in, fair enough.
Done.
I got tattooed up Chris Kenyon today. First time in the new shop, which is phenomenal, by the way. It looks
fucking sick.
amazing.
It's crazy, yeah.
Do you know what?
I can't wait to go.
They've got a proper like autoclave decontamination room. It's better than some fucking dental practice I've worked in. It is clean, bro. It looks well good.
Yeah,
so
Why is that the biggest thing you gassed about? Man spent all this money on a new shop, decked it out, and you're just like, ah, yes.
No, I spoke to Kenyon today about it. I said, mate, this is the business. And he said, no. He was like, cheers, mate. You were well buzzing about it. You couldn't stop speaking about
You
it.
fucking nerds.
But I literally have not properly spoken to him all day because I've been in pain getting this beast done.
It is a beast. I love it.
It is very nice.
But it's not finished yet. I've still got to go back and get colour in it. But it is a fucking beast. I'm now the Mothman. So I just wanted to fucking show it off and say quick shout out to Chris Kenyon if you're watching, because I know he watches the podcast and he really likes it. You are a sterling man from a sterling time. You sang to me today when I was sad. So I appreciate that.
Did he sing while he was doing it?
Yeah, he sung to
Miley
me.
Cyrus?
He sung to me.
Did he sing The Climber? Did he sing The Immigrant? You were doing the Immigrant song while he was doing it.
Yeah, and we actually listened to the Island podcast today when we were getting tired. Yeah. We listened to the playlist. Sorry, the Desert Island playlist, and then Jim bought me an iced tea from Costa because he's
Big up,
also
Jim.
Australian man. So yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, real talk. This is the coolest fucking piece of artwork I have on my body now. Shout out Chris Kenyon. If you do want to get fucking tattooed,
Email
go
Chris
get
Kenyon
fucking
and be
tattooed up
prepared
Chris
to
Kenyon.
wait 2
How do I
months.
book in with him?
well, basically, you can message him through his email address, cktattooer@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
Is he on
Do
BBM?
that. He's on
Has
BBM.
he got
Right,
Instagram as well?
Yeah,
All the socials. All the socials in the description.
Is he on MSN?
So that's also
Bieber.
the advert for today.
Bieber.
And
Habbo.
also, what else will be in the description is a link to Ollie Hussey's solo work. There'll be a link to the SoundCloud. There'll be a link to the Spotify.
And the
If you
OnlyFans.
want a little, and the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
If you want a little,
Show
bit
you my
extra,
bum nits.
Go to the SoundCloud.
Sound
But
clown.
if you want to listen to his best stuff,
Bro.
yeah, go straight to Spotify. Check out Creedence. Check out Me I Use. And Move Like Spaniards is still one of my favourite tracks.
Banger.
I'll still rate it.
So yeah. So thank you very much for watching. Ollie Hussey, do you have anything to say?
I just need to go wipe my bum.
The Mothman.
Yeah.
The Mothman. Luke, do you have anything to say?
Do you ever like get that feeling where you wake up and you've got dead legs?
George, do
Yeah.
you have anything to say?
No.
Clean your bum or you'll get bum nits.
say that?
Always wear a...
Always wear a coat in the rain.
Is that what you said?
Always wear a coat. No, I said always wash your bum or you'll get bum nits.
Oh, always
Have you
wear a
ever
coat
sat on
with-
an empty
always wear a
beach?
bum
Up
nit
the
in
bum, no babies.
Up the bum, no babies. Shout out Chris Kenyon. But as always, always wear a coat in the rain.
Denon.
Denon.
Peace.
Les Denon.